So Max Payne was released in 2008, and I have now seen it twice for the first time. And I'm also glad that I ended up picking up both the theatrical and the unrated versions, because apparently from all the reviews that I've seen on this film, I think everybody was reviewing the PG-13 version, which I would guess to be the theatrical version, and they weren't saying many good things about this film at all. And this film is not good. I mean, well, okay, that's the wrong wording. This film is deserves its criticism and is as not as well done as it could have been, and certainly holds back from the potential that it certainly had. Now, with that being said, I'm also not somebody who has played the video games, 1 and 2 in particular. I did play Max Payne 3, and Max Payne 3 was one of my favorite games ever. That game was a blast and really well done, but I have no history or nostalgia with the first two at all. Don't really. I know the vague story of them, but that's about it. And from what I heard, this film just doesn't pay enough tribute to the video games, but I wouldn't know about that. I'm just going by the film itself. I think Mark Wahlberg as well is kind of miscasted. He doesn't have that badass face that you kind of need for a character like Max Payne. I really like Mila Kunis in here, though. I think anytime where she's having both English/Russian role is really cool. She looks hot as always, and she gives a decent performance. The villains are kind of half-assed, I would say, especially if I was in the perspective of watching it from a fan of the video games. I probably wouldn't appreciate them much at all, but they do as they're given, and they're good enough villains, I guess. Speaking about the unrated version itself, I saw enough gore to merit an R rating. I mean, it does not go balls to the wall, and it holds back a lot for being a revenge film. I mean, this could be a lot nastier than it ended up being, but it also could have been a lot more lame as well. And it's entertaining enough. This really gave me a Sin City vibe, 100%. The Frank Miller Sin City aesthetics and cinematography. I definitely got a lot with the snow scenes and the skies and the city B-rolls and all that stuff, and the cinematography was very comic bookish like that, and I liked the costumes that everybody was wearing, the color aesthetics, all that was really really well done. So visually, especially me being the kind of style over substance movie fan that I am, this didn't really disappoint me much. It wasn't boring. A lot of people consider this a very boring film. I say it's average to above average in entertainment. It's not that well. It's 40 minutes. I thought it was less than that, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't push 2 hours or anything like that. And I just thought like maybe it went a little bit supernatural. Again, I might be the wrong person to ask, but I don't know how supernatural the games went. But when it comes to this drug that they're pushing on the streets, and the one that he uses at the climax of the film where he goes all superhuman, and they have that full cheesy scream, or whatever he does, it's ridiculous. But the whole thing with the hallucinations and the angels, the dark angels, where the whole city's on fire and they're hallucinating and seeing all that stuff, definitely seemed over the top and maybe a little bit unnecessary. It definitely took away from the grounded story that we had going on. Another complaint that I heard from other people reviewing this film is how they didn't touch on his wife's death as much as they could, or it didn't have any impact whatsoever in the movie. And I can definitely see that, especially since in the video games, in the first one, that's a big plot point to drive the story forward, and it was a gut wrench and an emotional situation that they really drove home in the video games, and they don't drive that home here at all. This is just what I would consider a B movie action semi splatterfest that is certainly style over substance. And like I said, for me, that doesn't bother me because I like a visually appealing film, and it's very, very visually appealing, and something to turn your brain off for. And the Sin City style visuals really, really appealed to me. It's just not as perfected as it possibly could have been. When you finish it and when you think about what it could have, where it could have gone, what it could have done differently, and definitely, packing in more violence would definitely help it out as well. So that's Max Payne. That's what I got on it. That's your semi-spoiler free review. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so check out what's on the channel. Check out what's coming up soon. And until then, have a good one. Take care and cheers.